Hi co-creators, it's Donna here. It's day 9 of the 100 Day Challenge season 4. Sorry I haven't made a video since day 1. I just haven't had time. For some obscure reason, this week has just run away with me. Well, I say some obscure reason. We had family visiting at the weekend, 5 of them, one small person. And because I've got chronic fatigue, I find, and also not just because of the chronic fatigue, also because I'm an introvert and I get my energy from being away from people, I find it exhausting to have that many people milling about. And of course there was late nights and it was just a very tiring weekend. So that kind of spilled into this week and yes, has left me with very little time to do a video. I apologise by the way for the lighting. I decided to do this in front of the window and then realised it probably wasn't a great idea because you can't actually see me, but that's good because you can't see the enormous zit on my face. So I decided to stay with this rather than put the camera up somewhere else. So because I haven't done a video for a while, I'm afraid this one's probably going to be quite long, so I apologise now for that. You know, if you don't want to sit here for the next 8 or 9 minutes and listen to me babble on, just switch off and come back at the next video, and I promise I'll try and make it a bit shorter. Sorry, I've got a bit of hair in my mouth. So what's been happening so far this season? Well, loads of good stuff actually, loads of really good stuff. I have been doing my practices. I missed them one day. There was one day that I can't remember which practice I missed, but there was one practice I didn't do. It was when the family were here. There was one practice I didn't get to do, and I was just too tired to do it late at night. I think it was the visualisation, because I tried to do it when I was going to sleep, but I couldn't concentrate at all. So that's been quite interesting actually. In case you don't know, my visualisation every day is love, luck, laughter, prosperity and service. And if I can concentrate my mind, it takes about 30 seconds to a minute. But I'm really noticing how scattered my mind has been this week. So that's interesting. Really interesting to notice how scattered my mind is and how I feel and how that affects my work and everything. Very interesting. So anyway, so yeah, apart from that day, I've done my practices every day. So that's happy with that. Smiley stars almost every day so far. What else? My offer is going really well. This is going to sound really obvious to any of you who've got a business yourselves or a brain, but I realised that I don't do special offers often enough. I don't give people the chance to try out what I do often enough. So this month's January special offer is just a week of email coaching for £25. And email coaching is brilliant because you can just get so much out of it. You can have a week where you just fire emails back and forth and then go away and work on it all for 6 months and then come back again and have some more. It's brilliant. I love it. So quite a few people have taken me up on that, which is really great. And I love doing it as well. It's a really nice way to connect with people and to get to know a lot about people. Because interestingly, telephone coaching, you obviously flow with the conversation, so you don't necessarily get through as much. You go to things in depth. It probably in more depth than you would in email coaching, but you don't get through as much. So it's really interesting to be able to find out so much about people, and I love it. I love it. Really happy with that. So there's a week left on that special offer. So if it's something that might interest you, I'll leave the link in the blurb somewhere for you. What else? Yeah, so I've started thinking about other special offers. I'm really excited about the February special offer. I'll tell you about that one another day. Really excited about that. And I took the dog for a walk, and while I was out, just got a flash of inspiration that on my website I do a video, and I've been doing this kind of Ask Donna thing where people send in questions and I answer them. So just give a bit of coaching advice and ideas on how to deal with the situation. And the flash of inspiration that I got was that I have been channeling. I channel quite a lot with clients now. And when I'm talking to clients, quite often upstairs has a message they want me to get over. And the message was to start channeling those messages on video. Quite a scary idea, actually, because I'm not that confident with my channeling yet. But I have to say that a few of the videos that I've done have been either not completely channeled, because I'm not very good at letting someone else take over. I'm a bit too independent. How Esther Hicks does that and just goes away, I'll never know, because I just can't. I'm like, you give me the message, bud, and I'll speak it. You know, you ain't taken over. So, but there's a few videos that I've done that have been either started by or inspired by a bit of channeling, and the energy is so different in them, you can really tell. And also you can tell from the people who've watched the videos, you know, the feedback that I get on the ones that have got that energy is amazing, and the feedback on the others is good, not amazing. So I'm going to start doing that, and which means that I have to kind of almost wait for a day when I'm feeling good. So I really have to be on top of my self-care and make sure that I'm getting ahead of myself. That was my next thought. Make sure that I'm taken care of so that I do feel good and can do, like today, I feel like, yes, I could do one of these channeled messages because I feel good, I feel bubbly, I feel energetic. Some days like that, oh God, I can't even bother to get out of bed. That's how I've been this week, interestingly. So that's really exciting. I'm very excited about that. And then the getting ahead of myself thing, I am going to set myself a goal to write articles for my newsletter for the rest of the year in a few weeks, or as soon as I can. I'm kind of reluctant to put a time frame on it, but I really want to get ahead of myself, because I find myself on Sunday nights a lot doing my newsletter, and I don't want to do that. I want to get way ahead of myself, and then I can, you know, if I feel inspired to write something, I can, but I also don't have to, and I can concentrate on other things. I think that's quite important for me. So that's a great insight as well. Lots of great insights this season. I think this is going to be the season of fabulous insights of how best to use my time, and because this is the year of service for me, I'm noticing that everything that I'm getting is like, okay, if you do all these articles, you have more time to serve. If it's already set up, you have more time physically to serve. If you do these channeled messages, they will serve more people than just answering a question. All the questions are things that apply to all of us, but there's kind of more of a depth to the channeled stuff, and anyway, you'll see what I mean when I start doing them. And the last thing that I wanted to mention today was about the visualisation and how it's changed. It's really interesting because part of it is prosperity. And so what I had been doing was magnetising, which is the exercise that I got from Sanaya Roman. And as I was visualising one night, I kind of said to my guides, angels, whatever, how is it that I can do this magnetising and I can say, you know, £2,000, £8,000, woof, and I feel it being magnetised straight to me, no problem at all. But then in the real world, there doesn't seem to be that woof. And they said, well, actually, you do get that. You do get like hits of money, which is true. Whenever I have no money, I focus on, right, got to get a chunk of money, like when your car tax needs paying or whatever. Got to get that chunk of money, get the chunk of money, and then I forget about it. So what they said was, what you need to do is set up channels that are open all the time, not just little bits. Yeah. So I hope that makes sense. So it's kind of changed the visualisation, which is interesting. And my dog's going bananas, so I'm going to have to go and see who's at the door. But it's lovely to see you. Hopefully I'll make more than one video every 9 days. Take really good care. Bye.